talked about in a training center to establish that proportionality and so on and so forth. And the question of if somebody is a passive resistor, can you use OC spray on them? There's some towns that say yes, and they specifically talk about it. So when we see it happening, we go, it's part of the procedure. There are other towns that say no, but there's I certainly am coming from the private sector where you've got to have a standard so you can hold someone to it. And my general view of it is the Rockford policy has very few specifics and it sort of gives maximum latitude to the officer to make decisions and very minimal holding anybody accountable to the standard.
Right, and what I think you're referring to, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What you're referring to is Section J, the reasonable force of the policy. I think when you read that, I will give you, I certainly agree with you that it's not itemized. And again, I will go back to, we don't want it itemized. We don't want that. We want what's reasonably objective. What is going to accomplish the mission with the least amount, our policy says it clearly too, the least amount of force to be used will accomplish the mission. And that is what the policy says. So if we don't talk about passive resistor, but a passive resistor is, the old wrist locks. Is a wrist lock, a gooseneck going to get them to go? Is OC in the face like Berkeley did a couple of years ago? Is that going to get them to go? Or do we just not make them go and let's figure out a different way of dealing with the situation? So maybe we don't even use force. I believe a couple months ago, our decisions in conjunction with the state's attorney's office after George Floyd's death, murder, was to let people protest and lie in the street for 8 minutes. That was a decision from the state's attorney's office about, now that's illegal activity. Everybody could be arrested. Given the situation, given the current crisis across the country, decisions were made to, okay, we're going to allow this. So instead of going out there trying to take passive resistors, if you will, and handcuffing them and dragging them out of the street, give them the road and let them lay there for 8 minutes. And after that, okay, now they'll move on by themselves. Now, that's one particular incident. I'm just using that because it's fresh in everybody's mind. The use of force continuum probably would have said, okay, let's go to goosenecks on the wrist and let's start escorting them on the street. Now,
Like how they did on the crosswalk.
Sir?
No, not sir, nothing. Be my guest. I keep this camera filming the whole time. Be my guest. I will.
welcome to stay.
What he walking over here for then? Exactly. That's the whole problem right there. What you walking over here for?
What we're here today is to do
I ain't gonna do you a damn favor. How about you do a favor and you go back over there?
We're gonna have to.
Why what are you touching me for? What are you touching me for? Okay, you get your hands off me. I'll walk out on my own. Don't fucking touch me. That's y'all problem. Y'all letting him